Hello everybody, my name is Luke Marr and this is Hot Mode, and today on Hot Mode we are going to be reacting to the Sisters Apparel Lookbook. How do I go about this in a way that won't get me an insane amount of hate? Honestly, that's probably not possible, so you know what, who cares? So yes, we are going to be reacting, looking at, and discussing the James Charles Sister Apparel Lookbook that just recently came out. The thing is, as YouTube grows in terms of dominance, as it becomes probably one of the main forms of media that everybody in the world is looking to, YouTubers will gain more control over, you know, that information is shown. So it's not shocking to me that like YouTuber merch is becoming more of a mainstay in the garment, clothing, fashion industry. So I do think it's something that we should be looking at and discussing. To me, it is along the lines of something like a Calvin Klein or Tommy Hilfiger, also starting to get to the point where it is like H&M and Zara, Forever 21, where I don't know where the clothing is being produced. I don't know who's actually making the garments. I don't even know if the YouTubers know. There are kind of these like little monopolies on YouTuber merch. I don't know all that much about Sisters Apparel. I should be doing more research. I apologize. But I do know that it is something that has really grown a pretty big fan base. I mean, besides the David Dobrik clickbait merch, personally, the Sisters Apparel merch is the thing that I really see the most of. I do think that it has a very streetwear appeal. Streetwear is something that people seem to really want to emulate, and so I'm not shocked that this is also something that James Charles seems to take on in his personal style, but it's also something that he's now pushing his brand towards emulating. The whole streetwear craze, certain designers like Off-White, Yeezy, those are some things that it's kind of apparent to see in the Sisters Apparel brand. So yeah, I mean, this lookbook really seems to be one of the first times YouTuber merch has been like lookbookized, and I want to see it. I think it's very important that we're looking at it. It's important to discuss. Like, let's be real. It is something that is happening in fashion, and you know, as much as we love to sit here kiki shit on everything that is basic, you know, it's also important that we know what it is, we discuss it, we talk about it, we see how we can maybe make it better if that's possible. And if we're not able to make it better, well, we'll just have a good time then. And before we get any further into the video, if you guys are looking for a channel that talks about fashion in the most fantastic, bitchy, analytical way, this is it. So you can go down below, hit the subscribe button, and turn on my post notifications. I mean, like, what do you have to lose? You're already here. We're talking about Sisters Apparel. And if you guys want to see more from me, you can follow me on Instagram at HotLimo. I make some pretty poppin' fashion memes. On Twitter, I'm bitchy and funny and cute. And you can also follow me at HotLimess for personal style. And so yeah, let's get into watching this lookbook. Okay, Sister James is here. She's giving you the looks. I can already see a Sisters mock neck tee. Is that Sisters jewelry? Is that Sisters military harnesses that I'm getting? Because I don't want to get that. Okay, here's the lookbook. Okay, let's stop real quick. I do want to say that I think it is very important, and I'm very happy to see that there are multiple sizes being shown. Already in fashion imagery, we don't get a lot of different sizing in advertising, and I think something that we're realizing now is that that does really have an impact on people and the people that are being marketed to, and James does have a very young audience. So, you know, creating a diverse in terms of race, size, sex, gender, sexual orientation, look, like those things are important. And I do applaud him for having multiple sizes, because that's something that we really do not see often in fashion advertising. And it's only something that in the past, I don't know, 5-6 years is something that's becoming more of like an expected thing. Snaps for that. But my other thing is, the design isn't original for this like Sisters underwear, if that's what that is, like Sisters leggings, crop tops. Essentially the Sisters logo which isn't really a logo because like it's Sisters in a pretty nondescript font. There's nothing really that I'm like, that's the Sisters Apparel font. Prada has a font that you're like, oh shit, that's Prada. Dior has a font that you're like, oh, this is Dior. Sisters Apparel, it's not been made clear to me that like, oh, this is the Sisters Apparel logo, and like it's been designed by somebody and like it has a set font that you know it by. When I see this, I just think automatically, oh, Calvin Klein. Like that's who has been doing this. That's who has been pushing this for the past 6-7 years. And I can tell you that that's who James probably looks to as inspiration for an underwear line. Already we're seeing things that like aren't original, and don't love that. I'd rather we get some original content in here, some OC. I love that. That's good and fresh. Okay, Sister James, she's in a jumpsuit with a mock neck, a Prada heels. Okay. I also thought for a hot second that like James had made his own shoes, and I was like, damn, sis. Okay, like I'm proud of that, because finding a shoe manufacturer is probably very difficult. I just want to put that out there. I was excited, but they're Prada boots, so okay, cool. The industrial belts, another issue that I have. Do they look cute in the colorway that they're coming in? Yes, I like the silver, I like the black, that's very nice. Do I think the hardware is that great? No. But again, this is another branded reference, like Off-White essentially made these belts. Off-White made these belts a mainstay in the Instagram thotty streetwear world. So again, it's like, I know where the inspiration's coming from. I've seen James in like these Off-White belts before, so again, it's not original, and it's disappointing to see that. I'd rather people be actually churning out original ideas. But I'll give you, you know, a toot on the colorways, because those are actually kind of cute. Okay, mock neck tee. I think that's the only thing that's Sisters Apparel. Oh, the necklace isn't even... Essentially, I thought the necklace was Sisters Apparel, and I was like, okay, sis, like, get some jewelry. Like, that's cool, I'm into that. But it's Louis Vuitton, so cool. Also, Nikita Dragon is out here. She looks good. She's giving the Sisters Apparel more of an upscale vibe. And they're bike shorts, very trendy. Okay, next up, Dylan Geik is in underwear and probably sister socks. Very Calvin Klein, again, that's like a big Calvin Klein moment. Justin Bieber, Mark Wahlberg, essentially our iconic Calvin Klein ad campaigns where, you know, the man is just with a six-pack in his underwear. So again, like, references coming in, it's not really original, it's disappointing. Will I say that seeing a plus-size model out here, you know, serving the goods, that's great. Are the clothes cute? No. So, sad. And then we get the Sisters Apparel hoodies, which again are a riff off of Kanye's Pablo sweatshirts. So again, not original. Track pants, I've seen a lot of those banded looks before. I think it comes from Givenchy, but I don't know the exact origin. But I know that Givenchy streetwear has been like circulating in the influencer world. So again, not that original. Yeah, the Sisters sweatpants make a little Life of Pablo reference. The Champion is kind of cute, I'll be honest. I just like Champion. Emma Chamberlain, I'm laughing. Okay, cute. Yeah, this is the Off-White bag. That is the Sisters Apparel belt reference. The strap on that bag is also what the belts are made out of. It gave me a little bit of OC, original content. That's all I'm asking for, not much. Oh wow, that's a twerk. Okay. A Sisters crop top. Simple hoodie, you know, crop top moment, which again is very James. It's something that you see from him a lot in terms of personal style, so like I'm not gonna, you know, shit on that, because it's not original, but it is very him, so. Okay, harness. So, clap snaps for an original idea. I'm not saying the harness is an original idea, but like turning your off-white belt into a harness, like, okay, you know, at least you're taking it somewhere. Good. I don't think it looks that great. I don't think it looks, you know, terribly upscale. And I know it's not meant to be like a luxury harness that literally says DIY. Like, you know, I understand where he's coming from. It's just, I have a personal vendetta with harnesses. So I'd love for that trend to just burn. But I'm happy to see something, you know, original, interesting, stemming from another idea that might not have originally been James's, but at least we're getting something more original coming out of it. So, you know, I'll take that. Cut my losses while we're here. Okay, more of the sisters crop top. Wait. Excuse me, Miss Emma Chamberlain. I need to address something real quick. So you can see in example A, which I am bringing into the court for the jury to see, there is a Calvin Klein band, which is the reference for the sisters. Do you see that Calvin Klein and you know that that's the Calvin Klein font? Like, yeah, probably. Is it different than the sisters apparel font? Yeah, but again, like, come on. Give me like a nice, interesting, well-designed, girl, I want to root for you, but like, you gotta give me something that's root-worthy. More of the sisters hoodies. Also, the Life of Pablo trend. She did die a while ago. The track looks, again, another reference. Code James hoodies. That's been a very, you know, Sister James moment. Miss Nikki. Was I expecting it to be like great? No. But I do think it's important that we are, you know, keeping our eye on the Sisters Apparel brand. I do have some personal recommendations for James and his team, or the team that produces these clothes. Bring in some young creatives, young designers, young artists, whatever. Get a Sisters font. Like stop with the Life of Pablo font and everybody else's font. Like, just develop a Sisters font that feels really original, that feels very James Charles. Do that, because it's important for brand differentiation. A Helvetica Sisters font does not a brand make, okay? Work on interesting concepts. If you bring in young creatives, if you bring in young artists, it makes it easier for original concepts to come out and to be developed further. I'm not saying that James has to sit in the studio, you know, Virgil Abloh doesn't do that, but still, original ideas come from the Off-White studios and the Heron Preston studios and, you know, whoever else is streetwear. Like, it's important to have people that are creative. They've been through fashion design school. They've been through fine art college. Like, they have experience in terms of producing and making things. It's important that you have people there that understand how those things work, because it makes it easier for you to run your company and for your ideas to be original and for you to actually like be delivering amazing, great product that is well thought through, is good quality for your customers. Because honestly, like, there's a lot of clothing that is discarded and goes away for forever. And I do think it's important that if James Charles is making his brand, you know, the Sisters Apparel, that's great. But like, I don't want it to be something that kids are like throwing away. Hoodies, in 2 years. I'd rather it be something that's like really well executed and thought out, like has makeup references, has James Charles Morphy palette references, like those kinds of things where you're using the colors from your palette, or like putting like interesting things together on the hoodies or the track pants or whatever. I just don't want it to be something that's thrown away and just like another trend. I don't want it to be another Forever 21. I just can't deal with those things happening. It's just wasteful. I think it's ridiculous. So that's my advice. I think you really should like be putting effort and money and backing talented people that really can make your brand Sisters Apparel-y. But right now it's not that, so we need to fix that. I mean, listen, I'm here for like the world being a better place. I want fashion to be interesting. I want fashion to be something that everybody can enjoy, no matter what your budget is. And this is something that like seems like that's sort of possible. I would hope that the production is treating the people making the clothes right. I would hope that the manufacturers that are dyeing the clothes and all of these other things are being environmentally friendly. Those are things I hope also change and are being looked at and watched. I think that's also, again, very important, and it sets a good message for your customers and your fans that you really do care about what you're doing, what you're creating, and it's not just hawking products at little kids because you can. Those are my thoughts. It's not really like to be hateful or whatever. I think it's really important that this is looked at and talked about because nobody else is gonna do it, so why not me? I will say that if there is a PR list, I should be fucking put on it, because what happens in 40 years if there is a fashion in the age of YouTube Met Gala theme, considering how as of right now there is no fashion in the age of YouTube, that's not going to be a Met Gala theme ever. So like I can be like, oh here, I have some of these archived Sisters Apparel pieces to give to you. You're welcome. Met Gala, let a bitch know. Hit her up. I'll take it. You know, I think it's important to have it in the archive. It's all for the archive, you know? So with that, that's the end of the video. Please let me know what you guys thought about the Sisters Apparel lookbook, what you think of the Sisters Apparel brand. Do you think it could be something like the next Calvin Klein or Tommy Hilfiger, or do you just think it's a trend that's gonna die off in a few years? Let me know in the comments. We can banter about it. I love a good, you know, business of fashion conversation in the comments. And so I will see you guys on the next video, and TTYL.